I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, thank you. So, any update about Teja? His joining or?
I already contacted him, didn't get his reply, sir. Maybe he's in India. I mean,
Okay, so we can start the session then.
yes.
Let me share my screen. So before we
Yes.
start the session, any doubts?
No, sir. I'm clear with this.
So what we had discussed in the last session?
Operators like logical operators and if else conditional statements.
Mhm.
If else if.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and the other one is no?
While statement
Sorry.
or while is a loop switch.
Yeah. Can I skip this topic or do you want? Your wish. If
Uh,
you know.
I can just syntax would be
Okay,
enough.
sure. So similarly, like if and else, yes, whenever you have multiple conditions, we use the switched case also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So same like a default statement here also we have. Okay. And
Yes.
but the cases are different. Okay. The statements, each statement we can define like a case statement. Okay. So
Yes.
okay. Instead of syntax, I'll go with an example. That would be better.
Yes,
Let
sir.
suppose something. Just you want to find the user role. Okay. User role.
Yes.
So based on that, we have to provide the permissions and which user has loaded. So we have to find out. So let's go in that way. So I'm going to create a variable called some role. Okay. So initially I'm not defining anything. Okay. So generally roles are nothing but what we have: an admin, guest user, unknown user, right? Moderator user. Like this, we had
Yes.
various types of users we have, right? So suppose currently
Yes, sir.
role is none, nothing. Okay. So let's see what we're going to get. So each statement we use to compare the value of the variable with something else. Okay. So the first case I'm going to write down here. First, let's start with the like in previous session we start with the if, right? So here we start with the
Yes,
switch.
sir.
Then parenthesis, then code block. Within this code block, we're going to write multiple case statements.
Yes.
Okay, we had to compare this variable. So comparing the variable here. Got it? Now,
Yes, sir.
we're comparing the variable with each case statement. Okay, so let's write down the first case statement. Case. All these are result keywords, okay?
Yes, sir.
So the first case is,
Yes.
let's say,
Mm.
guest user. Okay, so the statement is, let's say, I'm a guest user. Got it? So this is the first statement of the first case. Okay, if
Yes.
that role is matched with this case, the statement is going to be executed. That line number 452. Okay, suppose the cases doesn't match. Okay, then
Second case.
second case.
Admin.
Here in this
Yes.
example, if it is else if like multiple conditions, if we have, we'll have multiple cases. Okay, but here
Yes.
we have else block. This is the default
Yeah.
block. That means none of the above condition is satisfied. Then it's going to be execute the default statement, right?
Yes.
The same way here
Here
also
is
we have
default.
exactly. Let's say this is like got it. Clear? Now say this.
Yes.
Currently role is we had to compare with this each case. So currently role is nothing, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't have nothing here, no value. Now save this good here.
Unknown user.
So reload it. Good. Unknown user. Right? Suppose now I'm going to assign some value to it. Let's say admin. Now,
I'm an admin user.
right?
Yes.
Anything else you'll get.
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's check it. Now say this, go to your browser and reload it. Look at it.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. Default always gives a value.
No. Why? See, here the else is always gives the value. No, right? Based on the condition which is set, I mean, which condition satisfies, then that is the statement is going to be executed. Not all the time this else block executes, right? The same
Yes.
here default too. But why we call this? Even. See, it checks the first case, so it doesn't match. So it jumps to the next case. Yes, here it is
It
matched.
matches.
Then it executes the statement and gonna terminates the process. Then why again this came here? Because
It's default. In any case, I guess whatever may be the case, it executes.
no.
No. Okay.
No. So this is a conditional based statements. Okay. So
Exit.
whenever the condition
We
here
missed break.
exactly. So after every case statement, you have to put a break statement.
Yes.
Then only the process gonna be terminated. Otherwise, it's gonna execute all the below statements. Suppose if I go with the guest, okay, now we'll get three outputs: case one, case two, and default.
Yes.
Got it? So that's the reason
Yes.
every after statement you had to use the break.
Yes.
Not required for default because that is the last statement, right?
Yes, sir.
Below that we don't have any other. Got it? Now you got the guest user. Suppose now if
Yes.
you go with the now admin. Now what will get? Now
It
what's
doesn't
up?
match, sir. It's case sensitive, right?
Exactly. So
Unknown user.
right?
Yes. Sir.
Doesn't match with any case. So the default statement is going to be executed. Have we understood?
Yes. Sir.
So it's a case sensitive. So whatever you want, you have to go with that.
So can we use or and here in the cases, right, sir?
So come again.
Like we can give small guest and a cap, like all the things that matching a guest, like we can use
Global,
or and
global
write capital G.
global regular expression you're asking about. That we're going to discuss, okay? Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Not in the cases, you
Yes.
have to provide that in the variable actually. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that I'll show you.
Sure. Sir.
Okay. with the switch and case?
Yes, sir.
So do you want me to explain the loops or can I skip? If you want, I will explain. No worries.
For and while.
Yeah. That's it. We have another. Do. But don't worry, all these three performs the same process.
Yeah.
Okay. So any one of them you
Yes.
can use, but most regularly we use the for loop only. Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all. So how it works? Any idea?
For we'll give for I equal or consider a value, we'll give a range
Mhm.
and increment operator,
Mhm.
or increment or decrement, whichever satisfy the condition.
So why we use the loops?
To work on like continuous, if you need a continuous values or like
Repetitive.
repetitive, yeah,
Okay.
incremental or decremental values.
Exactly. Any repetitive statement, if you want to execute, you have to use the loops. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
starts with the for keyword. Okay. Then here parenthesis, then code block. In between parenthesis, we had to add three statements.
Initialization,
Yes. Initial expression, condition expression,
condition expression,
increment
increment or
expression.
decrement.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
We can say that is iteration expression. Okay.
Yes.
Iteration might be go with the either increment or decrement. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So initial expression. Initial expression always nothing but it's a variable we have to declare. Okay. So any variable you can declare here. There is no restriction, but generally a standard way we to provide here is the I, J, K in that way. Okay.
Yes.
So let's declare a variable. Let I, why we are going with the I here is nothing but generally for a variable here, we have to provide the value, right? That value should be a number. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
generally, a number starts with the numeric starts with the one. Am I right? But here,
Yes.
yes, there is no rule. Okay, you can start with any number. That's your choice because we have to get it in sequence only. Okay, but as per standard, we have to start with the variable value with a zero. Got
Yes,
it?
sir.
So this as per standard, if you want, you can go with any way, but it's not like a standard way. Okay, so better go with the standard way. So here I shorts for like an index value. So index value, always starts with a zero. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is the initial expression, and this I also we call it as loop variable because this is the variable. Based on this, we're going to perform the loop. Okay,
Yes,
this is
sir.
the initial expression. Okay, now after every expression you have to separate them with semicolon, then condition expression. That means you got the initial value. Based on that, we had to perform a condition because based on that condition only, it's going to execute the statement number of times. Okay, suppose I just want to print something. Okay, let's say 5 times. So I less than 5. Got it?
Yes, sir.
and less than 5. I just want to execute this statement 5 times. Okay, so next, iteration expression. So iteration means either it may be increment or decrement based on your requirements. So most of the times we'll go with the increment, okay, because we have to increase the number of iterations, right? So
Yes, sir.
based on this variable I, I'm going to perform the iteration plus plus. Got it? Now save this, go to your browser, now reload. Look at here, we got the 5 times unknown user. Clear?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if you want to break each iteration, let's print each I on each iteration so that you'll get the I values. Clear? 0 to 4, 5 times. Even we can rewrite this condition in different way. I less than or equals to 4. Same output. Clear?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions here?
No, sir.
The process, how it works is simply, first it takes the I value 0, then checks the condition 0 less than or equals to 4. It returns true or false, right? Boolean, right? So 0 is less than 4. True or false? True. So when you
True.
put the condition true, it directly jumps into the code block. What we have in this code block? Statement. Then it executes the statement. Then it performs the iteration. I plus 1. So currently I is 0, right? 0 plus 1. How much now? I is 1. So next condition. 1 less than 4. Condition true again. Then it executes the statement. Second time. Again iteration. Again comparison. Statement execution. Got it? This is how it works until the condition gets false. So whenever the condition false, it terminates the loop. Clear? Any questions here?
No, sir.
Similar like a for, yes, while also, even do while also. 3 performs same iteration purpose, okay? But the syntax placement is different, okay? There we
Yes.
placed all the statements at one place, but here, like at different positions we have, okay? So
Yeah.
let's see.
While condition.
First starts with the initial variable. Like a variable outside we define,
Initial
right?
variable.
In the same way. Okay.
Yes.
Then starts with the while keyword, then
Condition.
parenthesis, then
Uh,
block. Yeah, inside the
okay.
parenthesis we add the condition.
Condition.
Okay. Then
Yes, sir.
okay. So here we have
Increment.
condition.
Okay.
Then inside the code block, after the executing the statement, we have to perform the iteration. Now got
Yes.
it? This is the
Yes.
way we can execute the while statement. Got it? The same place.
Yes, sir.
Now, clear? Any questions here?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
This is as per syntax. This is not my own way. Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Do while. First,
yeah.
it executes the statement.
Mhm.
At the end, it checks the condition.
Exactly. Right. But before we start with the declaring a variable, right? I
Yes.
equals to 0. So starts with the do keyword, then code block. There's no parenthesis, there is no condition here. It directly executes the statement first. Okay, there's the reason it's a bit drawback sometimes. Okay, because without checking the condition, it executes the statement initially itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reason we avoid this do while sometimes. Okay, so even inside this only we're going to perform the iteration as well. Okay, then after that it's going to check the condition with the while. Okay.
Yes.
Now say this, go to your browser and reload it. Same, right?
Yes.
Any questions here?
No, sir.
So this is what all about the basics you need from the JavaScript. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are, I mean, all the variables. I mean, how to create a variable and how to
Initial.
initialize, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what are the types we can initialize the variable? That. What are the categories?
Latent.
No,
Is
I'm
that
not
what you
asking the
said, sir?
keyword. What are the types we can assign to a variable?
Like number,
Categories I'm asking.
string. Yeah. Number, string.
No, those are the data types. I'm asking
Okay.
the data types categories.
Okay, like primary categories and that one, sir.
Yeah.
Primary category and not secondary. They're like object literals,
Okay.
function literals.
So it's not a primary, it's a primitive types and reference types.
Okay.
Two
Reference,
categories.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
primitives or non-primitives also you can call it as all the reference sets. Okay.
Primitive, yes.
Primitive, non-primitive, or primitive reference. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
under the primitives we have strings, numbers, boolean, undefined.
Yes, sir.
Reference, object, functions, arrays.
Function. Yes.
Okay. Suppose as I told you, right, the difference between primitive and non-primitive, that is difference.
Yes, sir.
So let's discuss now. Suppose now I'm going with now let some x equals to 10. So,
Mhm.
okay. So what is x?
It's a number literal.
Okay. So I define 5. If I print x, what will get?
10.
Right?
Yes,
Suppose
sir.
if I print 1,
Undefined.
right? Now, if I assign with some value, let's say x, no,
10.
because x is 10, right?
Yeah. The value is given. Yeah.
Okay, this part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now later somewhere
Yes, sir.
I'm going to update the value of x from 10 to 20.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Now,
Yes, sir.
if I
It's still
print
bit 10.
X,
Okay.
if I print X,
Yes.
what will get?
Yes. 20.
Right? X is now 20.
Yes.
Then if I print Y,
It's still 10.
Y,
Because X is overridden after being assigning to Y is equal to 6. We have overridden X by 20. But Y is already assigned with X before changing the value.
right?
So it still stays the same.
Okay. Now, good.
Yes.
Suppose I'll go with let X equals to, I'm not going with the number. Let's go with the something, an object. This object has a property called value,
Yes, sir.
and the value of this, let's say, I'll go with the 10. Let Y. If I print the X, what you'll get?
Value 10. I mean, like the object thing.
The object you'll get it, right?
Yes, sir.
With the property that's value and the
Value equal to
10. Okay.
yes.
Let's go with the data, the property name.
Yes, sir.
So the property name is the data and the value is 10 for that property.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
now, if I print Y,
Print Y, sir. Y still leaves undefined.
yeah. But now if I assign this to X,
X.
now if I print Y,
It will give value of X. Sir, all it con.
object.
You have given canol, sir, not console.
Thank you.
No problem. It will take the value of X.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, X, the property of this data, I just want to access, and I have to change this from 10 to 20. So how to change that?
X dot data is 20.
Right. So,
Not
you know,
equal,
object dot property name we have to use to access the any property in the object, right?
Yes, sir.
And we have signed with the some value. Okay. Now,
Yes,
if
sir.
I print X, let's see whether the value is going to be changing or not.
Property.
The property name. I mean, the
It's
property value.
changed.
Correct? It's changed. Okay. Now, if I print Y, what will get?
Won't the object be overridden after we give X dot data equal to
Yes.
20?
Yes.
So it will give data 20 itself.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Yeah, sir.
Why? Why it's happened here and why it is not? The same step we did in the previous also, right? You said
Yeah,
the
sir.
reason after the y we have initialized the, I mean, we have updated the value, right?
We have given X dot data, like we are changing the object value itself, right? The variable value in the object itself. So the data value will be overridden in the object.
Mm-hmm. Then why it is not here? This is in the variable
There,
only,
yeah.
for the variable only, right?
Yes, sir.
Then why?
I think they're given different memory space.
Right. Understood? That is the difference
Yes.
which makes a difference between preview types and the reference types. Okay, so primitive
Yeah.
types doesn't require any memory to store the variable value,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
But
sir.
reference types creates it's going to change the value
Stable
from the
one.
memory location.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's the reason we call this as a reference. Reference is nothing but some address. That is a memory address.
Yes.
Okay, so primitives are copied their values, reference types are copied by their references. Okay,
Yes.
clear? This is an interview question.
Yes.
Clear? Any questions here?
No, sir. Got.
Okay. So you know bit object, right?
Yeah.
Suppose I'll go to two examples here. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
either way, you can go with the constlet, whatever. Suppose
Yeah.
I have person object. Okay, let's say MJS. Age, let's say 18. Okay, so here we have
Yes.
two properties in the person object. Okay, let's go with
Yes.
this. This is a person one.
Yes. Sir.
Person. So you'll get the
Yes.
object, you know that in the console, along with the properties
Yes.
like a name and age, their values.
Yes.
Suppose
We need to.
I'll go with the another object, let's say percent.
Percent.
Now currently I'm not going with any values. Okay, now if I access the percent2, what you'll get?
It will still give an object, empty object, I guess,
Exactly,
because we have given the object.
right? We have assigned
Yes.
an object with no values, no properties. So definitely we'll get an empty object, right? Okay,
Yes. Sir.
now my requirement is whatever I define the property values inside the person1 should be into the person2 as well.
Okay.
That means I just want to copy the other object into
Person1.
the person2 object.
Yes.
How?
Sir.
Any age? Okay, no problem.
Can we just give person1? No.
Just person1. Okay, person1. Okay.
Oh, but if we give brackets, it will be again an object within an object, right, sir?
Yes. Okay, let's see. Like this you're saying?
No, sir. If person1 is already an object, if we give it in again flower brackets, it will be an object within object, right?
So what do you want to say?
I mean, the flower bracket should be removed.
Remove?
Yeah.
So this is
But
not
will it
anymore.
consider it as an object then?
Yes, of course. No, a person2 is not a
Object.
it's a native object. It's a
Yeah.
person1 object.
Yes, sir.
In that way you'll get it. But my question is not this way. I
Yes,
have an
sir.
object. I want to get the data of the person1 object into the person2 object. There are two objects. Okay, there are
Yes,
two
sir.
objects. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I have one property. Let's say height. Okay, something XYZ. Okay, now if I print the
Yes, sir.
person2, I'll get this, right? Now, along with the title property, I want to get the name and age of the person1 too. Now
Okay.
you got the requirement.
Yes, sir.
That means I should keep this object like this only, right?
As it is, and you want to copy
Exactly.
the values
Other
from the.
property, other object properties into it. Now you got the requirement.
Yeah, I mean, we need to append the values from person.
True. Now for that is what we call cloning the properties of an object into another object.
Object clone. Yeah.
Okay. So here we are taking the properties of a person1 object into a person2 object.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir.
Suppose, as you said, if I go with the person1, okay,
Yeah, sir.
directly, let's say what we're going to get. So now reload it.
Just get the
Look at here,
value.
we got the object, and inside we have got the another object. That is
Yeah.
person1 object.
Yeah,
Got it?
sir.
But my requirement is not the nested object.
You
Object
just
within
want
object.
name and age from
Exactly,
them.
the properties of the object only. So for that, we have an operator called three dots.
Okay, sir.
What it is? Any idea?
Maybe a cloning thing. No, sir.
This is the operator we call it a spread operator.
Spread.
Spread operator.
Okay, sir.
Representation is three dots. Whenever you want to clone anything, the properties from the object or the item, okay, whatever, okay, you can use the just
Yes.
three dots. Okay, now say this, go to your browser and reload it. Now check the difference. Now you got it?
Yes. Sir. But if we just want one object, I mean, one value from there, not the whole object, what can we do in such case?
That means you want to access only the one property. Okay.
Like age on, yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay, this is not going to be because of this spread operator. So from here, you can access. That means you'll get the properties from here, right? So simply, you got the object here. Okay, so from
Yes,
here, you can access.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, sir. Once the object is given values, if we need to append the other value, can we just add by giving like %.1 and like date of birth and dates? We can do that in a way.
We can access in a way. How we perform with an object, normal object, right? The same way.
Yeah.
Okay, clear?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Any questions?
No, sir. Is there no way we can just copy one required variable from the previous object? We need to copy a whole object.
There's a way, okay, that you're going to see. Okay.
Yes.
With the methods, we can achieve that. Okay. So,
yes,
but that can be performed on strings, not with the other way. Of course, we can consider. I'll show you that. Okay. That one.
yes.
Yeah. Any other question? But in the future, if you want to go with the access with the another variable, it's going to be difficult. So that's the reason we take out the complete object and we use the whatever the properties required here.
Okay.
Okay. That means the one thing is we don't modify the original object here. Okay.
Yes, sir. But
because
just
it's a clone
the
one, right? Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's the reason. Now got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're aware of this Java, right? Java and .NET, other programming languages. So
yes, sir.
you know how to create variables in the other languages.
Yeah.
So when I create a variable, what happens? What is going to be happen?
A memory is allocated.
Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Memory is allocated for the variable.
Yes.
That's and
okay,
is open for performance.
You're done with the variable. Then
what are we expecting the variable to do?
See, whenever you want to create a variable, you have to allocate manually memory as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, suppose you're done with the variable and you stop using that and you want to delete the variable, then you have to
Yes.
remove the memory allocation as well, right?
Yes, sir.
I guess. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay,
Now, once the use is done, we need to,
deallocate,
deallocate the value. Yeah.
right? Correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. Okay.
No, sir.
So in JavaScript, we don't have that scenario. So whenever you create a variable, just JavaScript engine take care of the memory allocation for that variable, right?
Yes.
Okay. So going on some few days, I mean, like not few days, like once you are not using that variable, okay. So simply it's
For
gonna
a,
deallocate the memory as well.
okay.
For that, it has a like a built-in process we have, that is garbage collector. So
Yes,
the
sir.
job for this job garbage collector is to find the variables and
Unused
constants
variables.
are no longer used. Simply it's going to deallocate the memory that was allocated them earlier.
Yes.
Got it? So this is an interview
Yes, sir.
question. Please remember, okay?
Yes, sir. Got it. Connection.
Built-in object methods. Okay. So what are these methods and what we can perform? It's nothing bad. Yes, we can perform anything, any process, any functionality with these methods. So there are built-in methods we have available in the JavaScript. Okay. So we
Yes, sir.
categorize those built-in methods into four different types. Okay.
Yes.
So okay, let's go with the first. Get object method. Okay. So as I mentioned, UI development. For UI development, JavaScript is the backbone, right?
Yes.
Okay, in the same way, for JavaScript, these built-in methods acts like a backbone.
Yes,
Understood?
sir.
That means,
Yeah.
yes, scripting is mandatory to interact with the application, the user, right? So
Yes.
JavaScript is mandatory for that. So to build the logics and to build the functionality, yes, without this method also we can build, but there is no usage because uh, it's gonna impact the performance of your application. See, I'll tell you one thing. So why you
Yes,
create
sir.
the code? I mean, why you writing all this code? To create an application, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So application builds, think like a user level, okay, normal user level. If application you have opened your application, if it keeps on load, it takes some time to open even. How you feel?
Yes.
You just,
Frustrated.
yes,
Irritated.
obviously, right? So
Yes.
we had to give a best user experience. Okay, in order to that, we had to increase the performance level of your application as well. Okay, how we
Yes.
concentrate on design thing, also we had to concentrate on performance. At the same time, it doesn't, I mean, you have to give the proper user interaction, okay, user design, and as well as no performance issues with the less code.
Yes.
How we
Yes.
get the more performance? When you decrease the number of lines of code. See, if you want to see, I mean, if you want to like a good looking application, okay, you write down so many styles and so much of code and so much of functionality, okay, so it creates
Yes.
performance. issues, because always try to go in a shorter way. Okay, suppose there is a requirement.
Yeah.
Okay, some developers, because for a requirement there are a number of ways we can resolve it. There are a number of ways we can write the code. Okay, there is not only a single way. Okay, if I'm teaching here in one way, if you go with the reference science, you will find so many ways. Okay, alternative ways you can find. Okay, but which one is efficient, which one is shorter way, that you can pick and you can implement.
Yes.
Okay, which makes performance of your application
Easy.
okay.
Yeah.
So in order to that, we have this built-in object methods to reduce the conversion of the functionality. We have directly built-in methods we can use over here. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, so suppose if a requirement is there, okay, for that requirement, so a developer one has developed that requirement with let's say 50 lines of code, and some other developer, a developer two or some developer X, the same requirement has done by 20 steps, and another developer used a single method to get that. So there are various steps, various ways we have. Okay, so which one is compatible and which one is efficient, you can use that. Okay, suppose sometimes few requirements, the one line of code which is not getting other resources, so you have to check the alternate. Okay, which is efficient than this. Clear? Understood, right? What I'm
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was on mute, sir.
okay, that's fine. Okay, now let's go with the, I mean, why you understood why we have these methods here. So these are predefined methods. This is not my own names for these methods. All are predefined because already some the functionality some did in the backend. So we are using it, okay, based on our requirements. Okay.
Yes.
Date object method. So I hope you remember when we are discussing about the time and date regarding the
Yes.
event, right? So how to get the, I mean, how to get the current date and how to get the past date and how to get the future date. Okay, so for that we don't need to write down all the functions. We have a method, you can use that method. That's it. And provide the values. According to that, we'll get the year requirement. Okay, suppose let me go with the a variable, because it stores the result in somewhere, right? So I'm going to declare a variable here. Let something. Now, okay, there is a variable called now. Now here, I'm going to define a variable with the not variable, it's a method. I'm going to access that is date. Date is D is a capital, okay? So don't go with the small d. Always it's a predefined. Look at here, capital T. Okay, so date constructed, that means it has some predefined things, okay?
Yes.
Now look at here. There's a date constructor which enables basic storage and returns and dates and times, okay? Not only date, you'll get the time as well. So always methods should be called with the parentheses. Clear now?
Yes.
So it has some constructor, that it has structure that you're going to see. But so actually this is a class. Date is a class method, okay? So you have to access here. So whenever you want to access this method and store in this variable, you have to use another keyword called new. Got it? Then only we can able to access this date method. Got it?
Yes.
Any questions here?
If we just use date, won't it give a correct value?
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm going to print this now. Okay. This is what you done, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go and check it. You see? You got the value, but in order to get the values into it, you have to use the
to assign the values to now.
Yeah.
But it's assigned, right, sir?
Yes, we have assigned, but as I mentioned here, we need to access the values.
Yes, sir.
Get here. See, we got the constructor. Okay, but when I assign this, I mean, when I prefix with the new keyword, look at the constructor has changed with the overloads.
Yeah, sir.
This is the difference. Okay, if you want to see the difference again, let's see. See, there's no overload. It's just a data constructor. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Now we can access the members now. Look at here. Can you
Okay,
see
we
that?
can access them using now keyword now.
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
not now. In the date
Yes.
method, we have few properties. Those we can access.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And another one, sir. So I need tomorrow's date or a previous day's date.
That is what.
So
That is
just
the
press
reason.
one work.
That's the
Sorry,
reason
sir.
here we're going with it. Okay. So
Okay,
if it's
sir.
not providing any arguments here, you'll get the current date. Look at here. My current date is here in India. It's in Hyderabad. We have
February 1st.
it's a
Indian
first
Standard
Feb 1st.
Time.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
guess you haven't changed the date. I guess now, right? So
Yes,
it's
sir.
a Feb 1st, 2023. It's a Wednesday. Current time is the 8:51 a.m.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If I reload it, you'll get the current time. It's 8:52. Now 8:53.
8:50. Yeah. With the second scan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And suppose
Yes,
if you
sir.
want some specific date, specific,
Yes, sir.
even we can change all this format as well. Okay. That we can discuss later in the course. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
suppose if I want a specific date, so you can provide the arguments. So generally we'll have suppose specific date, let's say, okay, 2024. Look at here. There are 5 types of values you can provide. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Generally, 99% will follow this. This is the format. Okay, the first one is the
Yes.
year. Second one is the month. Okay, let's go with the 7. Look at here. Data has highlighted. So third one, see, these are the. Okay, I'll explain. Here, question mark we have, right? And for
Yes.
year we don't have. For month also we don't have. But date we
Because
have.
we have given values.
Yes.
Yes.
No. If I remove this month, do you see
Again,
the question
question.
mark?
Yes. Sir. No,
Do you see
but
the question mark?
no, sir.
So this
Because
question,
you already assigned and went back.
no. Okay, let's go with the date also. Then you will be
Yes.
understand. Suppose something. Still the date has question mark. Look at here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, even if I remove, still you can see.
It still has a
But
question
not
mark.
for
Yeah.
month, not for year. So the question mark represents optional parameters. Suppose
Yes.
you have function called sum. There are 2 parameters x and y, right?
Yes.
So at the time of function calling, you have to provide the values for x and y. Am I right?
Yes. Sir.
If you're not provide the values,
Only mandate if we can just give mandatory values and not the rest.
exactly.
And
Suppose x I don't have question mark, but y I
yes.
have question mark. Okay.
Yes.
So here you can provide the value for x. If you not provide the value for y, it doesn't complain because y is an optional parameter. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
So here 2 mandatory parameters and remaining are optional parameters. So you have to provide at least minimum 2 values for year and for month. Yes, we have provided.
Yes.
Got it? And optionally,
Yes.
if you want, you can provide the value for date and other stuff. Clear?
Yes. Sir.
Now say this, go to your browser and reload it. Look at here.
Okay, sir.
2024, Monday, it's August 19th.
Yeah, sir.
Got it? You got the future date. Similarly, you
Yes,
can
sir.
go with the past date also. You can change the values based on your requirement.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts here?
But if we want the next day value, can we just give like new date +1 and it gives the next day like that?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I mean, I need the tomorrow's date, sir. So can I use new date function and add like some operations, or like just +1 gives the next day's date? That's what I'm asking, sir.
That means here you want to go with the +1 like this.
Not inside, I just outside. I don't know, sir. I'm asking a question.
I mean, I didn't get your doubt actually.
If I want to tomorrow's date, what can I do, sir?
Okay, tomorrow's date, you can go with the change the date. That's it.
Not inside. Like, can't we use the today's date and perform operations on it to give next day's date?
That you need to perform the functionality. That is the next like loops you can use.
Okay, sir.
The looping you can write down the condition. Day you can increase.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And do you see any change here? Okay, sorry. If I really want.
0. Sorry. Yeah, Monday they have changed, but the date, I mean, time is not. It's just fixed to 000.
Because it's a future date, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't know where it starts. So it starts from the midnight.
0. Yeah.
From starts 12, right? Like that.
Yes, sir.
Any other change? Not change. I'm just asking your observation. Do you see any different thing here?
No, sir.
What's the year?
2024. Sorry.
You got the 2024, okay, right?
Yeah.
What's the date?
19.
19th only, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the month here?
7th turn to August. Or like MON format.
MO is the Monday, which is
Not MON, sir. A month MMM or MON. Month format. 3 like DD MMM
okay,
like that, sir.
right,
Why like that.
right. But what is the August sequence number in the month?
07.
Sequence I'm asking.
Sequence numbers.
January 1, right?
Yeah, like that.
February 2.
It's 8.
What I have provided?
7.
7 is actually for
So
July.
July. It will start from 0. Does the month
Exactly.
start from 0? Sir?
Remember, in the date method, month starts from 0. Okay. January
Okay,
starts from 0 and December is 11. Okay. Remember, based on that, you have to provide the values. Okay.
Yes, sir. But for the date, it's okay. It
Yeah,
starts with
only
1
month.
and ends.
Only month. If you
Only the
if you
month.
consider,
Okay.
look at here the syntax. Month index is you have to provide, not year index, not date index. Okay, only month index.
Yes,
Okay, so between 0 and 11 only.
sir. Yes,
January to December. Clear? Remember this point.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, sir.
No doubts?
No, I guess, sir. No.
Okay. Okay. Just do the practice, okay? And
Yeah, if I have any, I'll ask tomorrow, sir.
yeah. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
I might be unavailable for Friday, Monday.
This Friday, sure, sir. But
Come on.
Saturday, is it okay?
I mean, I'm going
Okay,
out of
got it,
town.
sir. I got it. Okay. Your Friday is my Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yes, got it.
Bye-bye. Take care. Tomorrow we had. Okay,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Sure, sir. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Take care.
Thank you.